Everybody, we're back. My next guest has been nominated for a Golden Globe for her work in the film Secretary. Please welcome the lovely and talented Maggie Gyllenhaal. Congratulations. It's all going so well for you, yeah. So much attention from this movie. Today I pick up the New York Post, and it says that you're one of the New York's most eligible bachelorettes.
I heard that, yeah.
Do you like that?
Is that with, like, Monica Lewinsky and Martin
Yes.
Stewart?
I wasn't gonna mention that they're in there also.
That's my crowd, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But still, that's sort of a weird kind of attention. You know, it's like when people say to me, like, you're Mr. Sexy, and I'm like, please, that's not what, you know, it's not. Okay, I thought I could at least try. This movie, Secretary, of course, getting a lot of attention because the acting, the performances are so good. It's a great script. It's also about something that sort of is, you know, controversial for people. It's about an sadomasochistic relationship. And I'm just curious, first of all, how do you prepare for a role like that? Did you do any kind of research to get into this?
Everybody asks me that.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of what you, I mean, if I would use that as my excuse if I was in that role.
Yeah,
I'd be like, I must research it.
You know, I did.
Give me 4 years. You know?
I sort of tried to research it in a not sexy, kind of benign way at first. Like, people were handing me all these books about S&M, you know, where, I don't know if you've ever read any of those books. I'm not sure, but they
Online, maybe. I don't.
They do it in this really sort of scary way where, you know, the people who are involved in these fetishes, you know, they have fake names. They're named like Joe M or like Bunny Man or something, you know, depending on what they're into. And, you know, if you ever watch like a documentary about something like that, you know, they'll shade over their faces and they look really freaky and they, you know, they look like something you could never be related to or have anything to do with.
Right.
And so I sort of stopped reading them. And I got this really hardcore S&M porno. And,
Which one?
you have the whole collection?
Well, I don't have the whole collection. If you've got one I don't have, I'd like to see it.
I don't actually remember what it was called,
Okay.
but it was this girl, it was two women, it was this girl who was tied to this swing with mouse traps on both of her nipples, being,
That's the thing is, like, who's thinking of this? First of all, like, you know what I mean? That's just so weird.
It's so played, it's so old, you've seen it 100 times.
Well, now it's more acceptable to use the sticky traps on the nipples. Yeah. It's just... no, it just seems... You know, sometimes they're like the things that people come up with. You're like, who thought of like we must have mouse traps?
I know.
It just seems so odd.
It is odd. It is. People are into strange things, and I think it's actually healthier and more fun and more honest to acknowledge that everyone's, you know, excited by, whether it's sexually or not, you know, by all sorts of things. And the people who say, you know, what do you mean? You have to have sex this way, and it has to look this way, and it has to sound this way, I think are really missing out on something. You know, even if you're not into mousetraps. This girl in this video that I saw, though, was so overwhelmed. And, I mean, she was in pain. It was clear that she was in pain.
Right.
But, like, if you've watched, like, any other pornos in your life, or even, you know, just love scenes in movies, so often people look like they're just completely faking it. This girl...
They're bored out of their minds. You know, it's like the 75th porno movie they've made that week, and they're just bored.
This girl, I don't know how many times she'd done what she was doing, but she was moved by it, and that's really sexy.
That's a way to get someone's attention, is to put the old mouse traps on the nipples.
You should try it if it's not working.
I'm not going to try it. At least I won't say I'm going to try it. Here, but so you don't judge it. I think that's... They're actually listening to what I'm saying now. I think that's good that you're not judging it. That, you know, if there's any lesson, like maybe if people could just say, yeah, this is what, you know, this is what I'm into, rather than it's almost the fear of being exposed for some reason, or being judged that maybe makes people feel ashamed about it.
I think it's impossible to play anybody and judge them, or else you're, you know, playing someone who's not really human and real. I think everybody is masochistic in some ways in their life. I mean, I think not in the way that it's shown necessarily in Secretary. Secretary is a fairy tale, you know, and so it's a little bit exaggerated. But I think, you know, smoking cigarettes and, you know, desiring it and wanting it and knowing that it's something that's going to hurt you, or, you know, picking a fight with someone you love so that you'll feel that they love you back. Those are masochistic things to do. And, you know, if I went about it playing this girl who, you know, she's so weird and so strange that she is moved by pain,
right.
I think it would be a shame.
I think there's also, I mean, personally, I think people that perform for a living, whether you're an actor or whether you're a comedian, there's something masochistic about that. Like, you're putting yourself on the line, you're putting yourself up there to be judged.
Yeah.
There are nights, believe it or not, where I don't get a million laughs, you know, and and that's painful,
well,
you know. And then
is?
you're like, but you come back the next night and say, ladies and gentlemen, David Hasselhoff, you know. This has been good therapy for me, basically.
Me too, the whole thing. I think it's good. I think part of performing that whole thing is that there's terror in it, and there's a possibility of, like, failing. And it's the same thing with, if you risk nothing in your love life, you don't have the possibility of ecstasy either. You know, in the same way.
Well, we have a clip here from the movie. What do people need to know for this clip? Or do you not? Settle down, everybody. It's not that.
This is a good
not like
one.
that.
Though. This is a good one.
People now think it's going to be you whipping someone. And...
Well, watch it and see.
All right, let's take a look at this clip from Secretary.
Put your elbows on the desk. Bend over. Get your face close to the letter and read it aloud.
Dear Mr. Garvey, I'm grateful to you for referring...
Continue. Miss Holloway, read.
Wow. James Spader, always an intense role from James Spader.
Yeah.
You know?
James is great.
He's great, but he never plays like the chipper guy in a sweater. He's always intense in every film. Secretary is now playing in select cities, and congratulations. Just people, this has been just such an amazing thing for you.
Thank you.
You got to be thrilled. Maggie Gyllenhaal, thank you very much for being here. We'll be right back. Burning Brides are here. Stick around.